Let's talk about the root module. Each root module or each Angular module will have ng module decorator. It's nothing more, it's a function. In this function, you have to provide the object. You have to provide the declaration. It means we have to use this component. If you have any directive, you have to specify your directive to this declaration array. It means we are telling to Angular, I would like to use this component inside this app module. Let's say we have another component, let's say nav component. I have another component, let's say dashboard component. I did not create this component. I'm just giving you as an example. If we have these components, we have to register it into this declaration array. It means I can use these components inside this app module. So these components will be available for inside this app module. So what about the imports? You can also import the external modules. Remember that I told you in the previous lecture, you can import external module. This is a browser module. You have imported the Angular has already imported the browser module from the Angular library. If everything starts with at the rate of Angular, it means it has imported from the Angular library. This ng module is also imported from the Angular library. The providers is used to register a service. If you have any service, I'll show you how to create new service. Let's say we have a hero service. Let's say hero service or customer service. I have to register or inject it here. Now I can use these services inside the app module. So this is how you will register the services. And what about the bootstrap array? This bootstrap array will take the array of root component. Like this app component is a root component. If you open the app.component.html, let me open the root file, component.ts file. This is the app root. You can see that we have app root component. There is another exports array. If you have to export the directive, let's say I would like to export the nav component. Let's say, imagine that I have this component, nav component. Now let's say I would like to export the dashboard component. Now other modules can use these components. If customer module will import our app module, then he can use these components. I'll show you how to use the exports. I can also show you the source code. So I have opened the ng module interface. You can see that it is exporting an interface ng module. We have providers array and the return type the array of providers. It's an optional property. Question mark means it's an optional. We have array of declaration. Here you will specify all the components. If we have imports, if you have to import external module, you can import that. If we have export, if you have to export another like component, directive or pipe, you have to use the exports array. This is the entry components. I'll talk more about the entry. Here we have bootstrap. Here you will place your root component. So that was the whole ng module. You can also check the source code. I have opened the Angular repository. Here we have ng module definition interface. We have to specify these properties. I showed you bootstrap, declarations, imports, exports. Here it will define the module for us.